Have you ever wondered about the limitless capabilities of the human mind? Today, we delve into the realm of DIY psychology, a fascinating exploration of the brain's vast potential. Imagine conducting your own mind-bending experiments, manipulating perception, challenging reality, and uncovering the complexities of cognition. This isn't about becoming a certified psychologist. Rather, it's about gaining a deeper understanding of the human psyche, the brain's intricate workings, and our own perceptual abilities or fallibilities. So, fasten your seatbelts. Prepare to explore the fascinating world within your own head. Ever thought you could miss something right in front of your eyes? Let's test that. In the realm of psychology, there's a well-known experiment that challenges our perception and understanding of attention. It's called the invisible gorilla experiment, a fascinating insight into the concept of selective attention. Imagine this. You're watching a video. The video features 6 people, 3 in white shirts and 3 in black, passing 2 basketballs between them. Your task is simple. Count how many times the players in white pass the ball. Sounds easy, right? But here's the twist. As you're engrossed in the task, a person dressed in a gorilla suit strolls into the scene, stands in the center, pounds their chest, and then walks off. The entire gorilla cameo lasts about 9 seconds. You'd think it's impossible to miss, right? A gorilla in a small group of people. Yet when this experiment was first conducted by psychologists Daniel Simons and Christopher Chabris in the late 90s, around half of the participants failed to notice the gorilla. Yes, you heard it right. Half of them missed the gorilla. They were so focused on counting the passes that they overlooked a gorilla in the room. This is what we call selective attention. We are wired to focus on a specific task at hand, so much so that we can become blind to other seemingly obvious elements in our surroundings. It's not about lack of observation, rather it's about our brain's ability to filter out information to prevent overload. In a world brimming with stimuli, selective attention helps us to focus and function. But it's also a humbling reminder of our cognitive limitations. We like to believe that we observe and absorb everything around us. Yet this experiment shows that our perception of reality is not as complete as we'd like to think. The invisible gorilla experiment is a compelling demonstration of how our minds can play tricks on us, even when we're certain we're paying attention. So, did you spot the gorilla, or were you too focused on the ball? How about testing your brain's flexibility with colors and words? Let's dive into the fascinating world of cognitive psychology with an experiment known as the Stroop effect. This simple yet powerful test, named after American psychologist John Ridley Stroop, will challenge your brain's ability to manage conflicting information. Imagine a list of color words like blue, green, red, and so on, but here's the twist. Each word is displayed in a color that doesn't match its meaning. For instance, the word blue might be printed in yellow or green in red. Your task, to say aloud the color of the ink, not the word itself. Sounds easy, right? Well, let's see. This experiment showcases a phenomenon known as cognitive interference. Essentially, your brain is receiving 2 pieces of conflicting information, the color of the ink and the word itself. While you're trying to identify the color, your brain automatically reads the word, causing a clash between these 2 processes. This clash is what slows you down and can even lead to mistakes. So why does this happen? Our brains are wired to read words more quickly and automatically than identifying colors. This automatic reading ability is a result of years of reading practice. We've become so proficient at it that it's become an automatic response, overriding the less practiced task of color recognition. Now think about the implications of this simple test. The Stroop effect illustrates how our brains process information, highlighting the power and limitations of our cognitive abilities. It also demonstrates how automatic processes can sometimes interfere with other tasks, a valuable insight for understanding conditions like ADHD and other cognitive disorders. So give it a try. You'll be surprised at how challenging it can be to override your brain's automatic reading response. Remember, the goal is to say the color of the ink, not the word itself. Was it harder than you thought? That's your brain's automatic reading ability at work. Ever wondered if what you hear can be influenced by what you see? Let's find out. Welcome to a fascinating exploration of the McGurk effect. This psychological phenomenon provides a fascinating insight into how our senses work together to perceive the world around us. It was named after Harry McGurk, who first documented this effect in the 1970s. Now, imagine for a moment. You're watching a video of someone mouthing a sound, let's say bar. However, your ears are hearing a completely different sound, something more like gar. Now, what would you expect to happen? You'd think that you'd hear the sound gar, right? But here's where the McGurk effect comes in. Instead of hearing bar or gar, you actually perceive a third sound, something that sounds more like da or tha. This is a classic example of the McGurk effect in action, where what you see influences what you hear. This isn't just some magic trick, it's a demonstration of how our brain combines sensory information from our eyes and ears to create a single perception. In this case, our visual perception of the mouth shape saying bar and the auditory perception of the sound gar result in us hearing a completely different sound. But why does this happen? Well, it turns out our brains are wired to prioritize visual information. This means when there's a conflict between what we see and what we hear, our brain tends to go with what it sees. That's why we end up hearing a third sound. The McGurk effect is a reminder of how interconnected our senses are. It's a testament to how our brain works tirelessly to make sense of the world around us, even if it means creating a sound that isn't really there. So now, knowing all this, let's try it again. Watch the video, listen to the sound, and pay attention to what you hear. Did you hear the third sound? That's your senses working together. Could your brain be tricked into thinking a fake hand is your own? Let's see. Welcome to the world of the rubber hand illusion, a mind-bending experiment that plays a delightful trick on your brain. This illusion is quite simple, yet it reveals fascinating insights into how our brains understand and interpret our bodies. Here's how it works. You sit at a table with your hand hidden from view and a rubber hand placed in front of you. Both your concealed hand and the rubber hand are simultaneously stroked with a brush. As you watch the rubber hand being stroked and feel the same sensation on your hidden hand, something extraordinary happens. Your brain begins to accept this rubber hand as a part of your own body. This phenomenon is known as the rubber hand illusion. It's all about the concept of body ownership, which is your brain's understanding of what constitutes your physical self. It's an automatic and fundamental aspect of how we interact with the world around us. But what's truly astounding about the rubber hand illusion is the way it demonstrates how flexible and adaptable our brains are. Despite a lifetime of experience telling your brain what your hand looks like and where it should be, it can be fooled into accepting a rubber hand as its own. It's a testament to the brain's remarkable ability to reconcile conflicting sensory information. In essence, the rubber hand illusion exposes the brain's willingness to adapt its understanding of body ownership in response to changing sensory inputs. It shows how our brains prioritize new information over established knowledge and how they can adapt to make sense of conflicting stimuli. It's a truly fascinating experiment and a wonderful example of how the brain can be tricked, demonstrating that our perception of reality is not always as solid and unchangeable as we might think. Did you start to feel the fake hand was yours? That's your brain making sense of conflicting information. Astonishing, isn't it? The power and flexibility of our minds. We've journeyed together through the realm of psychology, engaging in mind-bending experiments that reveal the marvels of our brains. From the invisible gorilla experiment that showed us how selective our attention can be, to the Stroop effect, which demonstrated the power of automatic processes and how they can interfere with our conscious control. We explored the McGurk effect, an eye-opening experiment that highlighted the surprising role of vision in our perception of sound, thereby illustrating the interconnectedness of our sensory systems. And then we delved into the rubber hand illusion, a phenomenon that challenged our understanding of body ownership and the brain's perception of self. Each of these experiments has been a testament to the complexity and adaptability of our minds. They have shown us that our brains, though remarkably efficient, are not infallible. They can be tricked, and our perceptions can be manipulated. But these aren't mere party tricks. They are powerful tools for understanding the brain and its workings. They serve as a reminder that there is so much left to discover about ourselves, about the intricate machinery that drives our thoughts, our perceptions, our reality. Remember, the mind is a universe waiting to be explored. Until next time, keep questioning, keep experimenting, and keep learning.